Okay, my CAT classes had some problems with page 2 of the 1.1 to 1.3 quiz, which was all about lines. This is just for you. Write the equation of the line between -3, 5 and 1, 3. And I want you to do it first in point-slope form using -3, +5 as the point. Well, we've got a point, but we need the slope. So let's find the slope. It's rise over run. So let's figure out how much it rises between -3, 5 and 1, 3. Rise is with the y coordinates, so it goes from 5 to 3. So it actually rises -2, and it runs from -3 to +1, which is 4. So our slope most simply could be written as -1/2. And that's the same for both of these equations that I'm going to write. So first I want to write the equation with the slope, -1/2, and my point is -3, 5. So I like to write the general form of the point-slope form first. When you're writing equations, you want to keep the x and the y. Those are your variables. y1, m, and x1 are called literals, and you should replace them with what they literally are in this particular line. So we have a y minus the y coordinate of our point. That's 5. Equals m, that's -1/2. We have the x minus whatever the x coordinate is at our point, and that's -3. So minus -3 is the same as +3. So that's the point-slope form of the equation. Using the other point, I would have y minus the y coordinate of that point. That's x, that's y. 3 equals -1/2 x minus whatever the x coordinate is at that point, which is 1. My next question said, show that these are the same by changing them to slope-intercept form. To do that, I have to do two things. First, I distribute the slope, -1/2 x minus 1/2 times 3 is 1.5. I prefer to write that as 3/2. Generally, mixed numbers are really the bane of your life. This is okay to write as a decimal because it terminates. Okay, add 5 to both sides, and we get y equals -1/2 x. Now, -3/2 plus 5, maybe you want your calculator, -3/2 plus 5, I get +3.5. And it's fine to leave that as a decimal because it terminates. If it didn't terminate, I need to write it as a fraction. You use your math frac button for that at 7/2. Okay, on this equation, we'll do the same thing. We'll distribute the -1/2. And -1/2 times -1 is +1/2. Add 3 to both sides, and lo and behold what I get. -3 plus 3 is nothing, equals -1/2 x plus 1/2 plus 3, that is 3.5. They're the same, so I know that I got the slope correct. Then I asked you for the x-intercept, and I got lots of horrible decimal approximations that I think people just got off a graphing calculator. Some people were stymied. But the x-intercept, you're somewhere on the x-axis. If you're on the x-axis, I don't know what the x-coordinate is, but I know that you didn't go up or down. That means y is 0. So for the x-intercept, set y equals 0, put it in your equation and solve. So let me put it in this one. 0 equals negative 1/2 x plus 3.5. Now, let me add a 1/2 x, add a 1/2 x. So a 1/2 and x equals 3.5. To get 1x, I divide by a 1/2, which is the same as multiplying by 2. 2 times a 1/2 is 1. 1x is just x, equals 3.5 times 2 is 7. That's my x-intercept. Or if they want a coordinate, it's the 0.70. We use the abbreviation A equals 7. A means the x-intercept. And for the y-intercept, it's a similar argument. You're on the y-axis, somewhere along here, so you didn't travel left or right of the origin, so x equals 0. So let's replace x with 0 in this equation. So y equals 3.5, and the letter we use for y-intercept is little b. Oh, I should have known that because this is in slope-intercept form, and that's y equals mx plus b. B is 3.5. I shouldn't have to have done anything.